Father of the bride. Wow. We'll let the wedding party get seated. So Isabel and I go way back. One moment I'm holding my beautiful new daughter in the delivery room, and then I'm teaching her to ride a bike, and then I'm watching her go off to college, and then what seems like a blink of an eye, here we are tonight. So I want to welcome everybody tonight. Good evening. We're very thankful that you're here for this celebration of Isabel and John. Pam, my wife, recently reminded me that there are high expectations for this speech. And the good news is I got here a few minutes early and I collected my thoughts over there at the bar. So I think we're going to be in good shape. So let's get started. First, I'm very grateful for my family, my amazing family, my wife, my children, Josh, Luke. Luke is with us. Luke can't be with us because of his service to the Army as a U.S. Army Ranger, but he's here with us. Y'all be sure to get a picture with Luke tonight. Pam has been a fantastic wife and an incredible mother to our children over the years. And she's helped Isabel plan this evening. So thank you, Pam, for everything. Also, just a very special welcome to John's friends and family, especially Bill and Becky, his parents, and Lyndon, his brother. I am very glad and thankful that our families are now joined together through John and Isabel. And so thank you for welcoming us into your family. And Pam and I also want to welcome all of you. Tonight is John and Isabel's night, but it's all of you that make it so special. So we are thankful that you are all here, and especially for those that have traveled to be with us. Some of you traveling all the way from England. So thank you. So this all began when Isabel was born. We already had Josh and Luke, and the Willises are known almost exclusively for having boys. And we didn't find out the sex of our children when they were born. So lo and behold, surprise, Isabel was an instant celebrity in our family. I went out to the waiting room that morning to make the announcement, and I barely got the words out that it's a girl before the family and friends that were gathered there. They erupted into this loud squeals and tears of joy and celebration. But it actually scared the daylights out of Luke and Josh. And so I had to, they thought something was wrong, so I had to walk them around the hospital that morning to assure them that everything was okay before I introduced them to their new little sister. And it probably won't surprise anyone here tonight that Isabel was a rare blend of determination and compassion growing up, and she still is today. On the one hand, Isabel has always been an old soul who is wise beyond her years. She has this confidence and hopefulness about her that they gravitate towards her. She values honesty. She values authenticity. And she is very intentional in her relationships. And she invests a lot of time and care in her relationships with her family and friends. Isabel has always known what she wants out of life and how to get it. And she likes to run her own show. She can be a little fierce and feisty, like her mama. She has what some people call today grit. And when she makes up her mind to do something, you just might as well get out of the way because she's going to do it. She's unstoppable. When Isabel was probably about 3 years old, we picked her up from the nursery at church one day. And the nursery worker brought her out to us, and she said to us, Isabel may be little, but ain't nobody going to boss her around. So John, that includes you as well. You know, Isabel growing up, sometimes you didn't know what to expect from her. Much to my surprise, she decided to stop eating red meat during high school. Now, if you know us, in addition to being known for only having mostly boys, we also like our meat, our red meat in our family. And I kind of thought she was joking, but she wasn't. And then I kind of thought that it would be a temporary fad, but it hasn't been. But I did get some red meat on the menu tonight, so y'all get seconds, because she's not going to be having any, I promise you that. And Isabel, we've heard it numerous times over this weekend, Isabel is fearless. Isabel has traveled a lot over her lifetime and taken many trips on her own to England, to France, to Ireland, and she just has this adventuresome spirit about her. But on one of these trips, she met up with some family friends of ours, and they were flying back to England from France. And there was a layover in Amsterdam, and they had to go through customs and border control there. So the entire group, including her big brother Luke, they all got in one lane to go through the customs and border patrol. But Isabel decided to ditch the group and get in her own lane. Now, I don't know if we've heard this, but have we talked about Isabel being confident and independent this weekend? The border control agent looked at Isabel, and then she looked at the group and said, "She's a strong woman to get in her own lane. I see people all day, every day, and I know a strong woman when I see one." Isabel, this brings me to one of the things that I love most about you. We live in a world where most people spend their lives trying to fit in, to impress other people, or pretend to be someone they're not. But you have always been genuine, and you've always been true to yourself. You live freely and are completely comfortable with who God has made you to be in this world. I've always been proud to be your dad, but I'm amazed to see the smart and beautiful and caring woman you are today. So thank you for being such a wonderful daughter. Now, my introduction to John and Isabel as a couple came slowly over time. I knew John in passing from church, and I got a call from him one day, and he asked me to be his mentor. I agreed, and we started spending some time together regularly over the coming months. And then one day, out of the blue, Isabel calls me and Pam, and she says, John Mashenko slid into my DMs on Instagram. And then, all of a sudden, John is going to visit friends in Greenville, where Isabel lived. And then they're grabbing coffee together. And now here we are tonight. John, looking back, I still wonder if this was your plan all along. When I first met your dad, I shared this notion with him, and he actually said, I wonder if the opposite is true. If I wasn't grooming you to date my daughter. Some secrets are best kept. John, I've since come to know you as a kind and creative and caring young man. You and Isabel share a lot of the same interests and values, but you also have that little bit of opposite attract magic going on to complement each other and keep life interesting and exciting. But best and most important of all, you have always treated Isabel, my daughter, with the great love and respect that she deserves, and I thank you for that. When Isabel was about 12 years old, sometime in middle school, she gave me a painting. She actually painted me, John. She's a bit of an artist herself. And this sign that says, "Love is the greatest of all these." And then she also wrote me a letter. And with that letter, in the letter, she said that I was as her father, I was the man in her life. And she asked me to guard and protect her heart until the day came for me to give it to another. And in that letter, she gave me a rock in the shape of a heart. And so, John, today is the day that I give my daughter's heart to you to guard and protect from this day forward. And I'm honored to do so. But let me just leave you with a little bit of marriage advice. We sang the song tonight, Before the Throne of God Above. And this was actually a song that I sang to Isabel as part of her bedtime routine growing up every night until she got too old for a bedtime routine. But the song points us to the source for a strong relationship, a strong marriage. You guys know this, but marriage is two sinful people coming together. It requires a lot of grace and a lot of forgiveness. But to be gracious and forgiving, you have to believe what that song says about what your sinless Savior did. How he died and made an end to all your sin. And now your sinful souls are counted free. When one of you sins against the other, the power to be gracious and forgiving is to look to Christ. It is to receive for yourself and to extend to one another the pardon that is made available to both of you through him. You can freely forgive one another and not make one another pay for each other's sins. John and Isabel, this is the power for your marriage. May God hold you there now and forevermore. I love you both, and I look forward to sharing our lives, our families, and many memories for many years to come. And so everyone, if you'll join me